हो गया ना? आप लोग एसी तो ऑन कर दो. Hello, Lutfur, are you there? Roll number 19, Borna. Hello, Madam Borna. Good afternoon.
Sir, I am here.
I am sure my face is not familiar to you. So I am a sort of alien for you. And probably somebody is confusing where from is this person is coming to talk to us. Yes or no? Abdul, 36. Abdul.
Yes, sir.
Did you had your lunch?
Yes, sir.
So you must have been a very delicious lunch at home by mother. Yes or no?
No, sir. I am
You are in hostel or you are at home?
hostel, sir.
हॉस्टल से और खाना अच्छा नहीं मिला होगा. तो जो लोग घर में तो खाना खा के अभी जो सोने का विचार था, अभी हम आके आपको डिस्टर्ब किया है. हाँ, सौरभ 72, सौरभ नाथ, आशीष, रोल नंबर 17, आशीष. स्लाइड में दे दो. So anyway,
Yes, sir.
good afternoon, Ashish.
Good afternoon, sir.
You had your lunch?
Yes, sir.
You must be having a delicious lunch by mother. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
अभी तो खाना खा के सोने का विचार था. हम कहाँ से आ गए आपको
Roll
डिस्टर्ब?
number 17. Uncle.
हाँ, ठीक है. ओके. So today उसको उनको दुनिया थोड़ा सा. Actually, I was thinking of joining with you. I am. First thing, I must introduce myself. Who am I? I am Professor Bipul Borthakur. Actually, I am at present working at Silchar Medical College. Earlier, I was associate professor. किसी का आवाज बहुत जोर से आ रहा है पीछे से यार. देखो तो किसका आवाज आ रहा है. Somebody is very much disturbing. Anyway, okay. First thing, I must introduce myself. I am Professor Bipul Borthakur, at present working as professor at. Earlier, I was associate professor of orthopedics in Assam Medical College. Now I'm promoted here. I also had the opportunity to work at Guwahati Medical College long back in 1995. Then also I worked there in the Johat Medical College. I was thinking that since I am talking to all my students here, I want to have extension of this class to the Guwahati students also. So should we go with this class, or you liked it or did not like it?
Like it, sir.
We like it, sir.
We like it, sir.
Very good. तो आगे
it,
बढ़ते
sir.
हैं.
I love it, sir.
Like it, sir.
Love it.
I am
loving it.
the technology is such that even though I am alien to you, I am so close to you right now. So this technology has brought all these things together to one platform. There is actually concept. Actually, I want to tell you something about orthopedics, how it's developed in modern medicine. I today intentionally do not want to talk anything specific. Rather, I want to give an overview how this orthopedic is coming to the existence from zero and what is this present status. That is what I want to make you familiar today. How the word orthopedics has come into the existence of the medical science today. So that is actually realistic to say it is a type of your historical class, historical, how it is coming to the existence and how it is step by step developing to this present state. Today, orthopedics is very technical part, but there is also additions of newer and newer concept every day. The concept which was used yesterday is obsolete nowadays. Today we have to go in. That is where the process of learning, relearning is going on. The things which was gold standard earlier days is obsolete today. So many things are happening, and there is step-by-step development also, a better understanding of the technology, and mixing up this technology with the modern medicines is another art nowadays coming out. So let us go back how this orthopedics is developing, how it started. So we must salute to a person known as Nicolas Andre. In 1741, the French surgeon from France, who was the person to first to coin the term called orthopedics. And you start to understand that what do you understand by orthostatic pneumonia? Ortho means state. Pedios is coming from child. That means at that time, the orthopedics is concerned to correct the deformities of children. So the correction, the persons who were involved in correcting the deformities of the children was the asal orthopedics. That is how this term orthopedics is coming to this field. Orthopedics doesn't mean a study of bone. Study of bone is osteology. But we took what modern orthopedics deal with. Modern orthopedics deals with the bone, the ligaments, the muscles, the joints, and soft tissues also. So it is a conglomeration of all these things, not merely bone. The bones are living with the supply from the soft tissue only. That is why do not have this conception that orthopedics only means study of bone. Study of bone is osteology. So there is ancient Egyptian, there is various sources of all these civilizations have their own way of dealing, because fractures, all the orthopedic problems were there in ancient time also. Different civilizations developed their own technique of developing to deal with situations, because while they were in the forest or doing all the activities at that time while they were not civilized, there was fractures, there were the dislocations there. At this time also, every civilizations used to develop their own way of dealing with situations. That is how it is coming up in different civilizations. But we must salute this person, Nicolas Andre, who has first coined the term in 1741 orthopedics. Well, we know the Hippocrates is the father of modern medicines. He also developed various techniques. Today we salute these persons with the Hippocratic oath also passing after MBBS. He also stated about the principle of traction, counter-traction, corrections of various deformities, and various reduction technique also. That is why we salute these persons at the modern medicine's father. Another persons who also developed this term, certain terms, kyphosis and scoliosis. These terms are mostly for the spine. The spine deformity, while it's bending anteriorly, you say it is kyphosis. And while there is bending laterally, we say it is scoliosis. These terms were first coined by Kellen. In modern era, there is so much development. Particularly, all this development mostly took place at the time of industrial revolutions in Europe. There is so many development in the machineries and man and machine. And simultaneously also, there was development of the medical science as well. And so was the development of orthopedics as well as a part of this modern medicine. So there was better understanding how to deal with the infection. There was better understanding of the various technologies. And there were so many things developed at that time. And see, up to 1890, that means up to end of 19th century, we did not have this privilege of X-ray. That means at that time, before that, people used to do whatever they used to feel. There was a fracture there, they used to feel, they used to do the manipulations, they have to do healing. By only palpation or feeling. Only after 1895, X-ray was invented by the great person Röntgen. We salute this person who was the first person to have the X-ray of his wife of the hand. That is the first X-ray from Germany. So Germany X-ray, then in 20th century beginning, it is coming to this field. In 1942, another development in this This is the person to whom we salute. Today also X-ray is widely used. And one of the backbone of this methodology of the investigation is plain X-ray. This is the person who has contributed by invention of the X-ray for the modern medicine. Then come the various development at that time. In 1648, we have discovered the microscope by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. That microscope also helped Louis Pasteur to find out the organism. And before that, there was no concept of the infection. Infections was a part of the healing, was taught by Galen in 1100th century. He thought that every injury is supposed to go by a phase of infection, past formation, then healing. This was the concept. But this concept has changed after the invention of the Louis Pasteur's finding that no, these are the culprits to cause the infection. These are the bacteria. In 1842, there was another discovery. There are two persons who have the contributions in the field of anesthesiology, one in 1842, another 1846. Actually, both of them have discovered ether, but one has developed, he has informed it before, another actually he informed it, he published this, published this finding later on. But both of them had contributed in formula. Before that, what happened? Before that, fracture was there, dislocation was there. There was a good method of doing all these things. People were made unconscious by hitting on his head, or sometimes he used to consume various alcohol sort of thing. Or forcefully he was held by the many muscles man. Then their manipulation, other thing was done. That was a very crude technique till their invention of the ether. Ether has changed all the concept. That had also stimulated the orthopedic surgeon, not only orthopedic surgeon, all the surgeons to go for the smooth surgery under anesthesia. Before that, it was a very crude method. You must have seen some old pictures in your textbook also, or somewhere in the museum, that how the crude method was executed for manipulations or dislocations or the fractures. So we salute these two persons for their contributions in the field of anesthesiology by invention of ether. Before that, manipulation was very crude. So this is one example how the dislocations of your shoulder is being done. So many people said the patient is alert trying, but there is no other way because we do not have this delays of giving anesthesia before invention of ether. Now another person we must salute, this is Joseph Lister. Why? Because I told you, Galen has told us that infection is an inevitable stage of healing. Louis Pasteur has told us that organism is going to existing here is the culprit of doing infection. And this person who is giving this phenomenon of sterilizations is your Joseph Lister. Joseph Lister is the person who has given us the concept of sterilizations, how to do the sterilization, how you make wound healthy, how you clean your operation theater, how sterilization should be maintained to prevent infection. Then and then people used to thought, oh no, the infection is not a step of healing. Rather, we can cut this infective stage away with this proper sterilizations and have a primary union before, instead of going through a phase of the infection and past formation. This concept, because it was seen that all the 100% of cases you have to go for your infective stage. But only Lister has told us, no, this can be prevented by the process of called sterilization. Subsequently, there was development in the field of medicines by the invention of your penicillin in 1942 or during the Second World War. So at that time, we had a weapon to fight with this organism. One side, how to do the sterilization, prevention of infection, that is preventive part. And if it is happening infection, then how we can kill the organism by your weapons is the invention of penicillin by Alexander Fleming in 1942. That is a grand success in the story of your medical science. That is for all. But what for specific for the orthopedic surgeons? as I said, Austin Moore was developing this. There are so many surgeons who have developed their own technique of fixations. Somebody use ivory, somebody use various types of metals, various types of techniques they have own. Somebody try to do fixation with nail. Somebody try to do some sort of devices which is available at this moment of time. But most of them were not scientific based. The scientific base of better understanding of the fractures, their configurations, and how best we can deal with the situations of various types of instrumentation. This has come to the existence of the formations of a group called AO. AO means Association of Osteosynthesis. AO is the osteosynthesis group. This group has been formed by various renowned four persons only. From Davos, this place is called Davos in Switzerland. Ellenger, Edward, four. They combine together, and these are the four persons who first developed the better understanding of the fractures. How fracture is forming, what are the things being injured, if injured, how we supposed to deal with the situations. All this scientific analysis in laboratory, they started analyzing in scientific way by this group, and which group is formed in 1958. They are the dedicated surgeons do the research work on musculoskeletal injury, basically research, development, better understanding, and how best we can serve these positions was the AO group. And today, the principles of AO being accepted by throughout the world, be it a remote place, be it a South African country, be it an advanced country, Europe, advanced state in the America, they are all using the concept of AO. Because AO is the group who has given us the better understanding all these things with a scientific background. So we must salute these persons, all these four persons who contributed immensely in the field of your better understanding of the fracture. Now, there are so many peoples. I want to tell you another things that how the teaching part was dealing at this time. So before World War, because this was disorganized, and everybody used to do so. So the surgeons who used to do the surgery of the head, surgery of the nose, surgery of the thorax or the abdomen, even the gynecology to do cesarean sections and also everything. The same surgeon used to do everything. This concept was later on changed, particularly after First World War. We must salute two persons. One is called Hugh and Thomas. You must have seen in the world a Thomas Flynn by name Hugh and Thomas from England, who are the father of us, actually, so to say, orthopedic education system. Education system means what? Means Hugh and Thomas, one, and his niece, your another person, Robert Jones. We must salute Hugh Thomas and Robert Jones. These are the two persons. They are father, they are Chacha and Bhatija. So they were the person who dedicated their life for institutional training of orthopedic surgeons. Before that, everybody used to do everything. So after First World War, they started formal training of orthopedic surgeons, and that was started in England. And first group of the surgeons were from England and USA. And this group are the first group of orthopedic surgeons who dedicated their whole life for practicing only orthopedic training. First group. So that is why Hugh and Thomas and also Robert Jones, we must salute both these things. And we know this Flynn you must have seen by name of Thomas Flynn and Thomas Tess. All these things are still existing by his name. But these are the two persons who are the father of modern education system. So now we actually my concept now what is happening in India also. India, I must have heard there so many people have contributed, like Professor Mukhopadhyay from Bihar, then Dr. Kipaleni, Dr. Negi, so many persons there Initially, we were part of the surgery. You must have, if your father had to be the in the medical college or medicine, you must have known. The earlier days, the general surgeon used to do the surgery of fractures. Earlier days, say around 30-40 years back. Subsequently, there is phenomenal development of orthopedics in India also. And same thing happened here in Assam as well. So some pioneer surgeons who contributed immensely for development of this branch are like Markopaidya sir, Negi sir, Kipalini. So many people are there who contributed immensely for a different branch of orthopedics. Today, we are privileged to be orthopedic specialists because of them. Initially, the training was that initially you have to go for MS in general surgery, then go for the orthopedic surgery specialty. But by their contributions, it is the general surgery part is cut off, so you can straightway enter for the post specialization or orthopedic surgery. So it is their contribution. Today, orthopedics is developed everywhere, and better understanding, better knowledge, and also technology are helping us to scale up. So today you will find so many techniques. Today you will find the plaster is almost nowhere seen. Most of the patients are mobilized even immediately after surgeries. The concept of laying the patients for hours, months together in the bed is no more. He is operated, then he is also mobilized immediately. This is all possible for the recent advancement in the field of orthopedics, better understanding, and mostly being contributed by this EMO group, which is being practiced throughout the world, throughout the country, and in our place also. In Guwahati, the development, we must salute the persons like Biswajit Boga sir, who is the pioneer in orthopedics in subsequently other people also contributed there. Lugoi sir, and namely Biswajit Boga sir. In Upper Assam, Shiva Borwa was the pioneer in orthopedic surgery there in 1960 or 670, like that. Today, all the medical colleges also having their specialty in orthopedic surgery because their contributions in the field happening so. And and even these numbers of the postgraduate seats are also phenomenal increase. All these things are happening because their contributions, starting from the Human Thomas to the starting of the going to the Shiva Bora sir, Biswajit Bora sir, so many people's. And at the present we have your Tulsi Bhatta sir as the SOD and other Dr. Prem, Dr. Sanjeev, all are doing their job, and all things are happening only because of their contributions by these persons in the past. That is why we are enjoying this past. Today, intentionally, I am not bringing any topic related to orthopedics. I have an intention to talk to you injuries of the upper limb, injuries of the lower limb, step by step. Today, I wanted to give you an overview how orthopedics is coming to the existence in today's scenario in the modern science. And so we do not want to continue anything specialist today, but you must have some terminologies in your mind that what is sagittal, and this is your homework. Saurabh Natasha Sharma, Natasha. Sir,
Yes,
your homework, today's homework will be talking next, but you must have the general knowledge. What are
yes,
the
sir.
various terms? So you must make yourself familiar with the certain terms, like what is sagittal, what is coronal, what is transverse, what is genu. Genu means knee. What is cubitus, what is coxa. This terminology is supposed to understand, and you have
Yes,
to
sir.
make your mind clear. Because this terminology will often use, which is not commonly used in the other branches. So genu, cubitus, coxa, these things. And what is the definition of fracture? You must have the break in the continuity of the bone with partial or complete disruption of blood supply. That is another part. But break in the continuity of the bone is called fracture. Definition. Then fracture repair, we'll talk the basic things, how the fracture gets repaired. Then we also talk about what are different types of fractures. We also give you overview about what is plaster, how it is being applied, if technically, if possible, subsequent class, how it is being applied, what are the cares want to be taken, and what are the things nowadays available. So many things are available in the world. See, the modalities of tying the internal fixations by femur with the nails. Then again, surface plating, various types of plate. Nowadays, bone specific plates are coming out. There are various names. These are the plates being used. There are various screws being used. So various techniques by external fixations. So many things. See, external fixations. External fixation is fixing the bone from the outside, not going inside. Inside, you can go intermediately or on the surface by plate. But outside also you can do, particularly in situation where there is compound fracture. You must also understand what is compound fracture. Compound fracture means open to the external environment is a compound fracture. Fracture which is remain inside, in skin is intact, it is called closed fracture. So thank you for today. I intentionally did not bring any specific topic for today. Rule number 94, Monisha Pegu, buji palane tumi? Monisha Pegu? Good girl. Datasha Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay. Did you understand what we talked?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have anything to ask?
Sir, এনেকুৱা specific সুধিবলগীয়া নাই বা sir বহুত ভাল লাগিলে history খিনি জানি পিনে।
হিষ্ট্ৰী খিনি জানিব লাগে। আমাৰ আগত কোন পূৰ্বপুৰুষ আছিলে?
হয় sir, মানে বস্তুখিনি মানে relate কৰিবলৈ ভাল লাগিছে, মানে ইমান deep meaning আছে বস্তুখিনি সবৰ।
সেইকাৰণে মই ইন্টেনশনালি আজি কোনো মই সাবজেক্টটো স্পেসিফিক কোৱা নাই। আমি আমাৰ হিষ্ট্ৰীটো জানিব লাগে। আসলে আমি ক'ৰ পৰা আহিলো, আমাৰ ব্যাকগ্ৰাউণ্ডটো কি, এইটো আমাৰ বহুতে আনকি মই ভাবো আমাৰ পুৰুষগজিতো বহুতে নাজানে একচুয়ালি আমাৰ ব্যাকগ্ৰাউণ্ডটো কি, ক'ৰ পৰা আহিলো, আমাৰ কোনে পঢ়ালে, আৰু আজি লোহা লহকৰ লোহা প্লেট মাৰি দিও, এইবিলাক কোনে ইনভেনশন কৰিলে, কোনে এইবিলাক লেবৰ ষ্টাডি কৰিলে, এইবিলাককো আমি কথাটো মনত ৰাখিব লাগে। সেইকাৰণে মই ইন্টেনশনালি I do not want to say anything specific today, but I will continue. So if you like, we will continue subsequent classes also on specific. এতিয়ালৈকে তোমালোকৰ কি ক্লাছ হ'ল নাটাশা? কি ক্লাছ হ'ল?
স্যার কি ক্লাছ হ'ল মানে স্যার আপনি
অৰ্থোপেডিক্সৰ মানে অৰ্থোপেডিক্সৰ কি ক্লাছ হৈছে? তেতিয়া তেনেকে মই মানে ভাবি লম কি ক্লাছ কভাৰ হ'ল।
আমাৰ স্যার জিএমসি হয় না, আমি স্যার
আমি জিএমসি কথাই কৈছো। মইতো এতিয়া জিএমসি নাটাশাৰ লগতে কথা পাতি আছো। মই এতিয়া জিএমসি নাটাশাৰ লগতে কথা পাতি আছো আৰু মিছ নাটাশাক মই সুধিছো যে আপোনালোকৰ জিএমসি কি ক্লাছ হ'ল?
স্যার অৰ্থোপেডিক্স স্টার্ট হোৱা নাই আমাৰ এনেকে।
এই কাৰণে মই নতুনকে কৈছো। সেইকাৰণে মই আজি একচুয়ালি ইন্ট্ৰোডাক্টৰি ক্লাছটো দিছো আৰু কিছুমান টাৰ্মিনোলজি মই দি দিছো। আৰু আপোনাক আজি হোমৱৰ্ক দিলো, what is fracture definition, what is dislocation, what is subluxation. আপুনি এটা বহিত নোট কৰি ললে নে? লিখি লৈছে? আজি কিতাপত পঢ়িব। আজি পঢ়িব, পঢ়ি পেলাই হোমৱৰ্ক কৰি থব। পিছত আমি এইবিলাক what is sagittal, what is coronal, what is transverse, what is genu, what is coxa, what is menas, এইবিলাক সব পঢ়ি থব। আৰু you must have an anatomical background also. Anatomy is a very important integral part of orthopedics. It's a foundation. You must have the knowledge of anatomy. What is where? How did it place? So এইবিলাক basic বস্তু কিন্তু লাগিব। তেতিয়াহে আমি we can go ahead. Otherwise you will always confusion. So এতিয়া সবৰে কাৰণে হোমৱৰ্ক দিয়া। লুৎফুৰ ক'ত গ'ল? লুৎফুৰে মাতে নিদিয়া হ'ল যে? লুৎফুৰ আছে নে সি? লুৎফুৰ নাই। সৌৰভ ক'ত? মাতে নিদিয়া যে 70 নাই নিছা।
স্যার আসুন।
আচ্ছা, টাইমটো আপ হ'ল। গতিকে থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ ফর টুডে। উইল জয়েন ইউ এগেইন নেক্সট টাইম। ঠিক আছে?
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
Thank you, sir.
शुक्रिया सर।
Thank you, sir.
We'll go for next
यो
another class. stop কৰি দিয়ক। আধা ঘণ্টাই হ'ল নেকি? তেতিয়াহ'লে অলপ সোনকালে কৰি দিয়ক।